97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock.
Hi, this is Michael Spedden, 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide. Welcome to our YouTube page where you can find all of the national and local band interviews from my show, www.youtube.com/97underground, Michael Spedden. Remember, the Back of the Rack is now on every Monday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time and on Wednesday from 2 to 4 a.m. Eastern Time for the replay. Download the free app from 97underground.com and listen anytime, anywhere. And hit that like and subscribe button and allow notifications so you'll know whenever a new episode launches. Enjoy the interview. Hey folks, Michael Spedden here. Tonight's guest is Jasmine Cain. She's going to be performing at Potomac Gardens on December 11th at 7 p.m. She's doing her acoustic Christmas show. She's doing kind of a small tour of the mostly northeastern United States, but some other states down south and in the Carolinas over the month of December. And she came on today to talk about the tour, to talk about performing at Potomac Gardens and some of the other venues. Then we were talking about her music, life on the road, some of the things that she's done in the past. And it was a great interview. Definitely make sure you get to Potomac Gardens on December 11th at 7 p.m. to check out her show. She's she really does a nice job, and I really think you'll enjoy her stuff. So that being said, without further ado, why are you listening to me? Let's get to Jasmine. And welcome back to the Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show here on 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide. Today, we have Jasmine Cain with us today. Jasmine is going to be at Potomac Gardens down in Southern Maryland on December 11th, doing an acoustic show down there at Potomac Gardens, December 11th, 7 p.m. And I've just gotten to know Jasmine and her material very recently, and we wanted to have her on to promote the show and tell us what's going on with her. So, Jasmine, welcome to the Back of the Rack. Nice to see you.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me to your show. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be going to Potomac Gardens. This is actually my first time there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really looking forward to. I saw a lot of pictures, and it looks beautiful. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm on the middle of my 12 days of acoustic Christmas tour.
Mm-hmm.
I started out about, this is my 5th anniversary of doing it. And I just take off, head to the northeastern side of the United States and hit as many places as I can. And this year it's actually 18 days. I'm at 12 shows in 18 days. And then I'll head back home. And it's kind of my last chance to be able to see everybody before the weather turns and then goes dormant until spring. So it's my last chance to say hey and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody, and then head home.
Right. It looks like you're doing some really neat places here. Nashville, Jonesboro, Arkansas, Galloway, Ohio, Marion, Ohio, Johnstown, PA, Dansville, New York, Southwick, Massachusetts. Boy, you're getting all over the place here. Not just the Northeast, too. Queens County, New York. Colton's Point, Maryland, Potomac Gardens. And you're doing an acoustic set, of course.
Yep.
So is it just going to be you, or are you bringing your band and you're playing acoustic?
This one is me on my own. All our acoustic shows are just me solo. I play piano, acoustic guitar, mandolin, ukulele. It's a little bit of everything. It's not just a Christmas songs. It's just an acoustic show, so it'll be kind of all kinds of things. People will make requests. I'll do all kinds of stuff, everything from even stuff that I never get to do in the band. So there'll be stuff as country music, pop music, Christmas music, metal, acoustic metal, there's all kinds of things in there. 80s power ballads, it'll be all over the map. You don't know what to expect. Whatever you're into, I promise I'll do a song probably from that.
Well, it sounds like a great show.
It's fun. It's really interactive. That's the one thing. It's not like a sit back in the corner and just listen kind of situation. Although if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But the thing is, I have a way of just kind of bringing everybody into the show, and if you're there, you're probably going to be part of it. Sorry, I'm driving in.
Well, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. No point in awkward silence between you and the crowd. Get them involved, man.
Oh, I can make it more awkward. Trust me.
Oh, that's awesome.
It should be my middle name, honestly. I can make this happen.
Yeah, I've been known for calling audience members out myself, and it's fun. It can be fun, But
They're really they're really fun. Honestly, I think people don't realize how important it is to like, they're there to be seen.
Mhm.
Just like we're there to be seen. If you weren't going somewhere to be seen, you wouldn't be going anywhere. So
Right, right,
whenever you
right.
whenever you like make that connection with somebody, it's actually pretty special because they realize like someone sees me and it's actually pretty cool.
Hmm. Sure, sure, sure. So, are you familiar? I mean, you had mentioned this was your first time coming to Potomac Gardens, but are these venues that you're playing in, are these regular venues or familiar venues for you?
Most of them, yes. There's only a few wild cards. Now the one Connolly's Corner in Queens,
Yeah.
New York, that'll be a first one for me. I've never done that, but it's a private event that he's making a public show.
Hmm.
But a friend of mine throws this big Christmas party every year for all of his friends, and it's kind of a big band jam. Actually, if you're into like 80s rock music and stuff like that, you're gonna get
Hmm.
a lot of wild card guest appearances from people you were not expecting at this show. It's
Hmm.
not just an acoustic show. I'm just gonna do some acoustic music there. It's gonna turn into like a full band rock and roll jam show. So,
Oh,
uh,
great,
yeah,
great.
that's gonna be quite a lot different than what the rest of this tour is about.
Right, right. That would be December 10th before you come down to Colton's Point
Yep, that's the
in
day before
Maryland.
you. I'll probably be coming in all ragged from
Yeah.
I can imagine it's gonna be a lot of fun. And,
Hmm.
and it'll be my first time playing anything in like New York, like other than upstate, like that
Oh,
close to the city. I've
yep.
decided this year I need to see the tree in Rockefeller Center. I've never seen it, so I'm gonna see it this year.
Yeah, it's quite a sight. I've been up there too. I go up there for auditions and acting and stuff like that quite a bit. And I've gotten to know my way around. I did CBGB's about 35 years ago a few times too.
My
And
husband played that a few times.
yeah,
Unfortunately, that's been long gone for me. So
I know it's a real shame that some of these places just run their course and they're just not there anymore because
yeah.
it was just as iconic and disgusting as everybody made it out to
I
be.
thought, did you miss your feet sticking to the floor?
I well, no, but I did burn my shoes after I played there, so that was just you
I mean,
drop.
if those are the things that you miss, we can make that happen again. There's all kinds of ways.
Oh yes, there is. I agree with you. I agree with you. Had you ever been to Hammerjacks? That was a big one in Baltimore for
I
you.
do know about Hammerjacks, but I've not
Yeah.
been there.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That was a great place too. Again, unfortunately, sadly gone.
Yep.
The whiskey's still around in Los Angeles. I've had a number of guests that are, I've had quite a few that are playing there still.
I've
And
played there several times.
yep.
We just don't make it to the West Coast a lot anymore. It's travel costs just to go over there and the pay that you get out of it. You have to just do it for promo. There's no other way to do it.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's unfortunately sometimes you got to do that. You got to bite the bullet and do those shows. I understand.
I only did it when I had anchor dates. So for many, many years, I was the headlining artist for Easy Riders for their bike show
Hmm.
tours. And they would start on the West Coast in Sonoma, California, and then they'd
Hmm.
move all the way up the coast to Sacramento, and then Portland, and then come back kind of like the LA area, and then head across to Charlotte, North Carolina. So for that 3 weeks that we were there on the West Coast, I
Hmm.
would set up as many shows as I could. It also kind of coincided with like Winter NAMM for all the music artists.
Oh, right, right, right,
Yeah, it
right.
was right at the same time of the year. So I'd be doing a bunch of stuff with NAMM. I'd be doing these shows with Easy Riders, which was affording me to be able to be over there. And then
Hmm.
I would go do the whiskey in the Viper Room. Like I would been there and done the Sunset Jam
Hmm.
um, with Eric Himmel from Power Man 5000 and just a lot of different stuff like that. We have a lot of good friends in Los Angeles that perform, and so it's always just kind of fun to hook up with them and just do these jam nights and whatever. And
Hmm.
probably the most memorable day there was a friend of ours was the groundskeeper when Hugh Hefner still owned the Playboy Mansion. So she took us to the mansion so that we could see all the grounds and check everything out. So we were like, exploring all the grounds, showed us like all the game rooms and the theaters and the grotto, of course, and all the animals that roam and this and that. But the coolest thing for me was um, after we got done there, we were on our way back to go play the Whiskey a Go Go. And that night they had a cancellation for a band that was supposed to be at the Viper Room. And so as soon as we were done with the whiskey, we packed up all our gear and went straight across the kitty corner across the street and played the Viper Room the same night. So it's like in one day we toured the Playboy Mansion grounds.
Mm.
We played the whiskey and we played the Viper Room. That was a massive. And then we went to Mel's Dine, of course, just to
Wow.
celebrate afterwards. That's a day in LA on the strip if you want it.
Wow. So the Viper Room and the whiskey are real close to each other, huh?
Right across the street, basically.
Oh, oh, no kidding. Okay, okay.
Not far.
Yep. I've been booked in. I've been booked twice in the same day. Unfortunately, it was in Baltimore and Washington.
Oh no, no, that
Oh,
doesn't work.
oh yeah. Oh no is right. I'll just
Yeah.
leave it at that. This is time for your stories. I'll tell you that story off the air, but this is time. This is all about you. This interview here, so I'm not going to spend time with my stories on it. But yeah, and it was just as oh no as you're saying.
I thought it was great. We all had a great time because the difference was the shows weren't long. You only get like 30 or 40 minutes or something like
Yeah,
that. So it's
yeah.
not like you're up there a long time. Mhm.
Mhm. The showcase clubs are like that. You really get a chance to get up there and shine for about a half an hour, but then you know what I find in clubs like that though, especially in CBGB's was that way too, where the bands would play and then when they were done, people would kind of respectfully go outside and let the set change or the stage change over go on kind of
Uh,
in privacy.
cool thing about that, the whiskey anyway, is your loadout is on the street.
Yeah.
So if they want to hang out with you, they're better off to go outside on the street because that's where you're loading out. Like the stage exit is right there onto the street. So,
Hmm.
you're just hanging out with all your gear and everybody's coming over and saying hi and taking pictures, which is kind of like strange because, usually you're like used to hanging out like, hey, let's go up to the bar and get a drink or whatever. But no, not there. As soon as you're done, you're out on the street, you're just standing there with your guitar on your back and everybody's taking pictures. You're like, whoa, what's up? It's funny. It's crazy.
That's awesome, though. I mean, that was one thing I never had the opportunity myself to get out west and everything, but I've heard nothing but good things about playing the whiskey, and the fact that they're a lot of bands are getting the opportunity to play there as well. It's such an iconic club. What was that like too? I mean, I'm sure there are probably tons of people. I mean, the feeling when you walk on a stage like that, and let me know if you agree. I mean, it kind of goes through your mind, like, man, you think of all the other people that have stood and played where you're standing, you know?
It's pretty fascinating, but the thing about the whiskey and anybody can play the whiskey. All it takes is money. It's a pay to play. So you
Oh,
have to buy your tickets and then you resell your tickets for the price that you want to make for your show. So like you can buy 100 of your tickets for $5
hmm,
and then you sell them for 10 and you make the profit. So that's how it works. Regardless of what happens, the whiskey is going to make their money.
hmm. Oh
It's
yeah,
just up to how you make your money. But if you're willing to take that risk and you're willing to purchase those tickets,
mhm.
you can play the whiskey.
That's how they've stayed in business for all those years.
Yeah,
It's
that
they,
is
they, you can't stay in business that long and be a dummy,
well,
So,
or, but it also hasn't really helped the bands in a lot of ways because, like, people who's going to see you, only the people you give tickets to,
mhm,
half of them aren't going to show up because they were gifted a ticket. So if they don't buy it, they're not invested. And what's your
mhm,
ROI on that? You're not getting a return investment. So what's your chances of coming back or doing it again unless you were already booked there and you have those anchor dates like we talked about? It was great in the 80s and stuff for like the upcoming bands. It was like wild party town and like everybody was living it up on the strip. But honestly, most of the stuff that was in Los Angeles that was like hype is now Broadway, Nashville.
mhm.
So I live in Nashville and I was here probably 10 years before everybody from LA started moving here. So it's kind
Right.
of cool to like already have that foothold here in the town that they all ended up in. So
I had a guest on the other night who's in Austin. And I really think it's great that, it's just not New York and Los Angeles that are the entertainment centers now. We've got Nashville, Austin, Atlanta is really doing well.
I'm doing really well.
If some people would pull their heads out of their asses, Baltimore could be doing very well too.
Baltimore has a very hardcore metal fan base. Like they are
Yeah.
rabid metal and rock fans.
Hmm. Yeah. It's a blue
It's hard
collar.
to,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's hard to find like venues and places that'll allow it. And we kind of ran into that a few times. Now I've got a really good friend of mine who lives in Baltimore, and
Mhm.
she and her husband, her Rob Queen and Allie Queen, she put together this really great fundraiser several years ago. And I'm trying to remember all the names of the bands that were involved in this. Now, this was all female fronted bands, and they were all metal or hard rock bands. And I think Matt from like is it Rock 98? Is that
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know
I remember
him.
it was called like something like Loud in the Basement or something like that.
Oh,
Something
Noise in the Basement.
Noise
Yeah.
in the Basement. And they were they were the sponsors covering that. And I remember that got like a really massive response.
Hmm.
And Allie and I still stay in touch to this day. Like I would still love to come to Baltimore
Hmm.
and do a return of of us, joining forces again for evil.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We
Uh,
did. We had a ball together. We're still really good friends, so I'd love to do that sometime.
right, right, right. Yeah, it's there are some good things that happen here for sure. It was just there were just a lot of things around here that a lot of reasons why it never made it over the edge and became like an LA or a New York. And the fact too that Baltimore is very close to DC, which is a very very much different scene down there.
Oh
It's very
yeah.
very much different, not metal at all really, or
No.
the areas around it are Virginia, the Northern Virginia area is, but DC itself is very very diverse, very very eclectic. You do have hard bands there, but that's not all that's there. There's a lot of other ones too,
Right.
and that are great. So I tell you what, why don't we give one of your songs a spin? You sent me a couple of them here.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted you to have some of the new stuff. We actually just we released about a year ago our album Attitude is Everything, and
Mhm.
it was nominated for Rock Album of the Year for the Josie Music Awards this year, which was on November 2nd.
Yeah.
And we did win Rock Album of the Year with that album. So I sent you a bunch of songs off of Attitude is Everything. And then I also sent you my one Christmas song that I have recorded. I am not a Christmas song recording kind of person, but at the time, my it was funny because we had this guy that was kind of managing us, and he says he wanted to, he wanted me to record a Christmas song, and he said you should think of something and come, get it out there. People are gonna love it. They'll add it all these playlists. You'll get all kinds of spins on Spotify because everybody's always looking for new Christmas music. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll give it a shot. Well, I'd spent like a lot of time on my own in Christmas, and I didn't have any family that lived here close
Hmm.
to me. So like I didn't want anything that was really cheery and happy because I spent a lot of time on my own, and I was I was kind of lonely a lot and alone a lot. And
Hmm.
I didn't want anything too like religious because I didn't want, I wanted to be inclusive of everyone. And I didn't want anything too childlike because, I'm playing motorcycle rallies for the most part. So not a whole lot of kids like hanging out, at the motorcycle rallies and stuff. But so I was like, I'm having a really hard time like pinning down what my Christmas song would be.
Hmm.
And so I did what anybody would do, which is go to an Irish pub and I ordered myself a shot of Redbreast and a Smithwick's beer.
Hmm.
And the band was on break and they were getting ready to start. And the band was called Nosy Flynn. And they were like one of the top Irish bands in the world, really. But
Hmm.
here in Nashville, they're very well known. And the singer owns an Irish pub here. So I went there and I sat down. They were just getting ready to start. And all the lights were black. And then they all step on the stage and he clicks on the lights and he starts the first this song. And in the first two lines of the song, I knew I'd found my Christmas song. And you'll know why when you listen to it.
Okay. Okay. So do you want to play that one? I think you told me it was called Fairy Tale in New
Fairy
York.
Tale of New York. It is a Pogues cover. And I love the Pogues. It was so punk.
Sure.
Um,
Okay.
I think you'll dig it.
Okay. Well, this is it. This is Fairy Tale in New York.
'Twas Christmas morning in the drunk tank, and old Nanny said to me, I won't see another one. And then he sang a song, the rare old Mountain Dew, and I thought about you. God, I'm a lucky one. Came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year is for me and you. So happy Christmas. I love you, baby. It's going to be good times when all of our dreams come true. They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold, but the wind blows right through you, it's no place for the old. When I first took your hand on a cold winter's day, and I told you that Broadway was waiting for me, you were handsome, you were pretty, queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, the drums called for more. Sinatra was singing, and the drums they were swinging. Well, they kissed in the corner and danced through the night. And the boys from the New York Police Choir were singing, "Go away, babe." And the bells were ringing out on Christmas Day. Could have been someone, so could anyone. I took your dreams from you when I first met you. I kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. Can't make it all alone. I've built my dreams around you. You're a bum, you're a punk, you're an old whore on junk, lying there nearly dead on a drip in that bed. You scumbag, you maggot, you cheap, lousy sacket. Merry Christmas, yes, I would rather be dead. And the boys from the New York Police Choir were singing, "Go away, babe." And the bells were ringing out on Christmas Day. I love you, baby. I've got a feeling this year is for me and you. So happy Christmas. I love you, baby. It's going to be good times when all of our dreams come true.
Wow, that was really a great song. I enjoyed that. So, congratulations again. I don't think I got a chance to congratulate you on your Josie Award. I know my friends, and past guests on the show, the Almas, were at that award show as well, and I think they won
We were
something.
both nominated for Entertainer of the Year, and they took home the award for Entertainer of the Year.
Well deserved. Not that you don't, but
and we took home Artist of the Year, Rock Artist of the Year, and Rock Album of the Year. So we're good.
There you go. Hey,
and we got to perform, which was the highlight for me, because I came to Nashville probably thinking I was going to do country music, and then of course took a very severe left turn and went into rock and roll. And to be standing on the circle at the Grand Ole Opry House singing a song that I wrote is pretty epic moment.
Oh, that's very epic.
Hard to top that.
That's very epic.
I didn't win a single award that night. My reward was being able to stand on that stage and sing a song that I wrote.
Hey, that's great too. That's definitely great too. Also looking at your website, you've got some great merch. I really like your
Oh,
merch.
yeah. Well, we are adding to it a lot right now because we're home, so we can change a lot of designs.
Hmm.
We have our regular stock, which is pretty expansive, really. And then we have a print to order site as well, which pops up right there when you go into our
Hmm.
clothing. There is a print to order red button that pops up, and it's like, don't see what you're looking for, check here, because a lot of things that we don't have a lot of people asking for, like men's tanks or beanies or certain kinds of hats or hoodies or things that are just hard to stock or keep stocked. You
Right,
can find
right.
all those things there. There's even like there's aprons and socks and like all kinds of different things.
Hmm.
We can only carry with us so many things, and it's a constant thorn in my husband's side because it takes up half the trailer, and he's just like, this is bullshit. You need to get rid of all of this stuff because it's taking up space that I could have more lights and more PA, but honestly, the merchandise is what keeps the wheels on the bus going around and around. So we continue to stock that and we continue to change it. And right now, I'm in the process of hand making
Hmm.
all of our holiday items. So our Christmas ornaments are handmade. Every
Oh,
I do fire starters for fire pit. It's fire pit season, so everybody's
yes,
out
it
there
is.
trying to get their incredibly wet fire pits lit. And we realized when we were out there that we would die on Survivor or alone or whatever. We would die immediately because we even with like a torch out there, we can't get the thing lit. So I made these fire starters that will burn their natural beeswax. They'll burn for a while so you can get something lit without
Hmm.
having to light your lighter or your torch or burn your hands or whatever.
Right,
Super
right.
cool. Also made with like a lot of different spices and dried fruits and stuff like that, so they smell good until you use
Hey,
them. So keep them in your house for the holidays. Use them to light the fire pit. They're pretty. They're functional. We also have some new flannels I haven't told anybody about, but everybody in Baltimore is going to be very happy to hear about our upcoming purple flannel.
purple. Purple flare, you go. Ravens
All
colors
right,
then.
Ravens fans are about to lose their freaking minds because they are the right colors for them.
Hmm.
And so I don't expect those to stick around long. We should have those up on the website in the next week by December
Hmm.
1st. So before this trip takes off, you'll have them. Shipping will get there to you before Christmas as long as you order by the 20th of December.
Okay, yeah. Should be good and should be a hot item in Minnesota too.
Yeah, yeah, Vikings fans for sure. Or
Absolutely.
anybody that loved our last album, Seven, because everything on it was purple themed. And this is a little bit of an Easter egg coming into our next year because we are re-releasing our album Seven because we released it right during COVID and it didn't get a chance to grow legs and
Sure.
so we are adding some songs to it. We are doing Seven Deluxe. We will be deleting our previous album and re-releasing it, remixed, remastered with more songs on it, and giving all those songs a chance to really fly and get the attention they deserve. So,
Hmm. And it looks like you have coffee.
oh God, yes, I'll die without coffee. I
Me
don't do
too.
drugs, so coffee's like the best thing I can get.
Right, right, right.
And I get it. I get like I'm a fiend. But our blends are all done at Sturgis Coffee Company. The owner of Sturgis Coffee Company spent about 2 years traveling and doing nothing but studying coffee and
Mm.
different blends of coffee before they came back and bought this coffee shop and had all their beans brought into here. So yes, I have two fabulous blends of coffee. One is the dark roast coffin coffee, which is a pretty it's a bolder taste. And then the breakfast blend, which is called Suicide Blonde, is a lighter roast, which
Mm.
is a little more caffeinated because if you know your coffee, the lighter the roast, the more caffeinated the bean. So
Wow.
you
Okay. I
want to
did
get
not know that. I did not know that, but I
well, if you
know
want to get
now.
lit, go for the blonde. But if you like the full flavor,
Hmm.
go for the dark.
Well, great, great. Well, these are all great things. And I saw too under the Christmas section that you have like some custom ornaments or something it looked like you were
Yeah.
making there too.
And all those are lyrics from our song A Toast and also Fairy Tale of New York, which you just played. Um,
Yeah.
so that's all the lyrics in there on curled ribbon paper. And
Hmm.
every piece of them I did with this pair of scissors. It's right here.
There you go.
And every single thing that's been done on there, my hands have touched. And so it is all handmade, and every single one of them is different. So everything is
Beautiful.
different. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, Jasmine, we appreciate you coming and spending some time with us here on 97underground.com. And remember, folks, you can see Jasmine Cain at Potomac Gardens December 11th at 7 p.m. JasmineCain.com. It's CAIN, JasmineCain.com. And you other dates on the East Coast are there. If you like what you see in Potomac Gardens, why not follow her like the Grateful Dead, right? And
it's a lot easier to follow me on this show or on Facebook or any social media site than it is in real life. Promise.
It is.
If you want to give it a shot, you're welcome. Come on board.
Great. And we will have links to all your socials as well as your website in the show notes of this show. And thank you for joining us again today. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I really enjoyed our interview.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope we can do this again soon.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime the door's open. So, folks, thanks for listening. Check out Jasmine Cain at Potomac Gardens, December 11th, 7 p.m. And thank you all for listening. We'll be back right after these words. You're listening to The Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show here on 97underground.com. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in and listening, and hope you enjoyed today's interview. Remember, The Back of the Rack is on every Monday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern, and our replay is every Wednesday morning from 2 to 4 a.m. Eastern Time on 97underground.com, Baltimore's Pure Rock worldwide. You can download our free app and listen anytime, anywhere. Also, don't forget our YouTube channel. Hit the like and subscribe button and allow for notifications so you'll be the first to know whenever new episodes air. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Log on and crank it up. The station your mother warned you about. 97underground.com.